at ease. Welcome back. I'm your host, Trooper Big Lou, and I would like to welcome you to my show that I call At Ease, where I tell my military adventures while I was stationed in Germany from actually 4 years. I was able to stay in Germany for 4 years, and these are my adventures while I was over there. Um, Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is a community. It's a community for everybody, especially for my veterans. Doesn't matter what branch, doesn't matter what code, it doesn't matter. As long as you served the people and you have a story to tell, a funny, uplifting story to tell, please reach out to me. I have my email right here on the screen. Make sure you get in contact with me. I would like to hear your story. And if you would like to, I would like to share that story. I would like to make this a big community where we hop on and talk about the good times we had in the military. So make sure you reach out to me. I got all my social media platforms here, and I also have my emails here, and there'll be a link in the description as well. Now, circa December 1991, like the picture behind me, we are in Berchetsgarden, Germany. This is a nice little town and a ski resort. From my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, from my understanding was one of Hitler's ski resort, and after his regime was over, they turned it into a tourist spot for everybody to come and ski and take on the festivities. And it's a nice, beautiful place. Mountains are beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous area, nice area. Learned how to ski there. I told that story in Love Story in Hornfels. I think I did that one on part 2. But make sure that you guys check out the other videos, because all of this is the adventures that I had while I was in Germany, and I had some wild and crazy times. So make sure you tune into these things. They're hilarious. But anyway, Berchetsgarden, Germany. Now let me catch us up real quick. We were on a trip. Like I say, we were in Berchetsgarden, Germany. We were at the ski resort, and we were riding the bus. Actually, we were leaving about where we are, where this picture is now, or somewhere similar, and we were headed up to the ski resort, where we could do our skiing and you could learn how to ski with heavy. So on our way, it's a bus full of people. Anybody that could get on there. So we were on our way up the mountain to do some skiing. And during the story, I had mentioned that we all got kicked off the bus because the British Army, they were on the bus and they were split down the middle. If I'm not mistaken, and if you are with the British Army and you are British, please get a hold of me, get in contact with me, and let me know if I'm screwing this up, because I don't want to screw it up, because I know how important it is. I think it was Liverpool and Manchester United. If I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong with this, because it's been a long time ago, I'm not sure, but I know there's a big rivalry between two football. And when I say football, I mean soccer. I'm in my Europe mind, and in Europe, football is what we call soccer. According to them, our football is handball, because they say that you use your hands more than your feet. Therefore, it should be called handball and not football. But there's neither here nor there. We're not going back and forth with that. That's a whole other podcast. So anyway, back to what we were talking about. So yes, it got into a fight. on the bus. It got into a brawl. It was the Liverpools versus the Manchester United. I didn't know. Now I understood, and you see things on the sports on the sports channels and stuff, and it's like, yeah, they just excuse me, they're just passionate about their teams, but they are how can I put this? Because we live in a delicate time now, and this is the 90s that I'm talking about. They're overly passionate about their teams. I'll just put it that way. To the point where a brawl broke out on the bus. We get kicked off the bus. Everyone. He just kicks everyone off the bus. He had it. Nope. Everybody get off my bus. Get out. And he left. So now we got to walk back down to the city area. Back here. To either try to catch another bus to the ski resort or figure it out. So as everyone is walking, that now, mind you, there's no fussing and fighting going on now, because you got like 15, 20 people walking down the hill, because these people, they can't be gentlemen for the little bus ride up to the ski resort, right? So there's a little pub. As we get back in the city area, we search for a bar to go sit down and rest and, have a drink or whatever. And so, we go into this little pub. We go a little downstairs, it's a little, you go inside little door, and then you go downstairs to basement area, and down there is where they have the bar area, where they, it's a bar and everything, somewhere to sit. A couple of billiard tables. Nice setup, So they take, so we go down, we get a couple of brews, a couple of L's, and we sit down, we're having a nice time. So now they bring the argument to the pub now, because now there's drinks, so it elevates it, and it kicks everything back off again, or it's making an attempt to. So as we're in there, we're trying to chill. So I really don't want to get involved, but I don't want it to escalate to the point where it ruins another situation for everybody. Mind you that, and also I bought a drink, I bought some drinks, for me and my people. So I really didn't want to leave, but I knew what was brewing. So I go over and, and I try to diffuse the situation, because I didn't understand what it meant, or what was the big deal, because we have quarrels, there's Cowboys, Saints, Cowboys, Redskins, Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, everybody. To that magnitude, but to where it doesn't stop at the trash talking. It gets violent. So it's starting to crank up, in the pub, as they both talk stats and history and, the reason for the rival. I think it has more to do with the territory that they live in. So if you live on this side, then you go for this team. And if you live on the other side, you go for the other team. Anybody that's involved or have accurate information about this historic rivalry between the two football teams, if you could reach out, that would be highly appreciated. If you could reach out and give us the exact history of this, because I know how important it is. But anyway, so it's getting heated. Now I'm trying to talk it down, because I'm the negotiator guy. That's what I do. I talk down, or at least make an attempt to talk down, parties before it gets escalated to a point where everybody suffers. But in this situation, none of my rhetoric or my charm or my gift of gab or my ability to communicate worked, because this was tradition and it goes back, generations with the families. So brawl breaks out, because I don't know, I didn't know nobody's name, and that, we didn't even, we just met these guys on the bus, but they got back to brawling again. Fisticuffs, everybody punching, fighting, they knocking tables over, smashing glasses. I got my girl, I got up out of there. Who's like, we're gonna have to leave that. So as I got her covered, I've covered her with my coat, and I'll try to head to the door as these guys are like destroying this club, fighting over Manchester and Liverpool, if I got this right, if I'm not mistaken. Long time ago, 1991. I say 1900 because nowadays millennials think anything before the 2000s is ancient times. So I put that 1900 on there for them. But anyway, that has nothing to do with the story. I just thought I'd throw a little jab at them. But anyway, yes. So here we go. Cowboy Fight Club. Here we go. Now it's a brawl. It's a British brawl, and there's punching. There's chairs being thrown. I managed to get love out the club or out the pub. As I'm getting her out, feel something go across my back. I mean, to drop to my knees. I'm like, what the heck? What was that? What was that? I turn around and one of them has hit me with the chair. Now this is the problem. Now, here comes the problem. I was trying to get out. Look, I had nothing to do with why they were fighting. But it seems that I guess everybody had to get it at that point. It was just, it just wasn't a civil war. It just started into an all-out brawl. So I was part of that. I had to defend myself. I got a stool, flying across my back, so I felt like it would only be fair, if I returned the favor to the person that did it to me, because number one, I had nothing to do with why this started or what it started for. Number two, I'm trying to get the hell up out of there to make sure that me and my girl are safe and, we're not involved in this thing. And number three, I got to get my motherfucking lick back. Got to get my lick back. Can't let somebody smash chair in my back like I'm a stunt double in a cowboy movie and not get my lick back. That's code. That's whoop ass code 45-3. Go to the back. It's in the back. In section 46. And you scroll down and it's right there. It says that anybody that does physical harm or endangers the person or people that are around him has the right and the authority to get said lick back on said person, that caused it or that issued it. Look in the back, it's in there. Y'all just be skipping over it because you be looking how to beat the drug test and all that. See, skip over the lick back part. To get the lick back, you skip that over, but check it out. But anyway, so adhering to the code of get your lick back code, adhering to that. So now I'm a part of it. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm hitting every motherfucking body. I'm just grabbing chairs and just hitting motherfuckers with it. Because now I'm mad. Because you hit me, I ain't had shit to do with it. Now that you put me in it, now it's time for me to end it. So now I got chairs and I'm just smashing everybody. Whole side comes, and I think I talked about the spring-loaded billet clubs in the episode in Nuremberg. Now, I know it seems like every story I talk about in Germany, I'm getting into some sort of fight. And that's not necessarily true. There's some places that I went to in Germany that were nice and we didn't have to fight. But that's not a story. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear me ramble for 30 minutes or an hour about me going to look at some windmills and shit. No, y'all want the dirt. So I'm giving you all of the dirt and and the BS that I went through while I was there. So anyway, yeah, Polizei come. They 10 German shepherds deep. They just let the German shepherds go in the fucking pub. They biting and shit on everybody. I'm trying to run from these motherfuckers. Now I'm throwing chairs at people, throwing chairs at the dogs and shit, because the motherfuckers hurt. They bite. Yes, I've been bitten before. The motherfuckers bite and then they bite and they shake the shit at you. I'm laughing now. But then it wasn't no laughing matter. Shit hurt. And on top of a motherfucking dog biting and jerking your motherfucking leg off, you got these spring-loaded ass billy clubs going upside your head about 25, 30 times. So, regular scenario, we all, they come in, they whoop our ass, take us all down to the local brig. Of course, love got me out, no worries. I was beat the fuck up, but no worries. And yes, we did go skiing. That was fun. I learned how to ski and snowboard as a young, stupid ass. I won't call myself stupid. I take that back. We don't do that no more. A young, wild dude learned how to ski and snowboard from Shreveport, Louisiana, where a lot of us don't even know how to swim. I done went all the way over to Germany, but it was a part of it. But yeah, love got me out the little holding area, and we was able to continue our little ski resort little issue afterwards. So, but I just wanted to come real quick. I know it's been a while, but that's I've been doing some things, and I try to take my time to remember, because it's been a long time. But there are some episodes in my life where I remember vaguely, but I try to revisit it, and to give y'all the story on what happened. And some wild stuff. I mean, I tell these stories and people just go, it's unbelievable that you get. But yeah, it did happen. And yeah, that's what happened with when we got kicked off the bus on the way to the ski resort. That's what happened in between the guys. We all walked down back, to the little city area that's behind us, and it was to shit after that once we went to the pub. But other than that, everything was great. So that's all I got, y'all. I just wanted to pop in and get that part straight. There are some more episodes coming. I'm working on the Nuremberg. We got a Nuremberg trip. That's wild. We got the Amsterdam trip. That's wild. So I'll tell y'all about that. And we're gonna keep going from there. And then I think after that, I'm gonna start coming back stateside. While I was coming up private, the E4 and all the stupid stuff that went on while I was doing that. And I'll tell some of these stories too. But this story right here, I have my this is my pop's hat. So put the hat on today to tell this story. This was one of his favorite stories. This one and the one in Nuremberg with the strongman got competition visiting the club. Those were his two favorite stories. So I figured I'd tell this part of it too, because that had something to do with it too. It was also a part of a love story, but it also, this was one of my pop's favorite stories. So I figured I'd wear his hat while I told the story, and I know he's laughing on the other side, you know. God rest. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of At Ease with the Trooper Big Lou. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Um, doesn't matter, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Reserve, National Guard, Space Force. It does not matter what you do or where you serve. This is for you guys. This is entertainment for you guys. Active, reserve, doesn't matter. You know, if you got a story, get in contact with me with the links below. I also have both my email addresses. I have both my email addresses. I have both my email addresses in the description box. So if you have a story, reach out to me. I'd like to get you on the platform, and we can talk about it, have a good time. Uh, this is At Ease. I am your host, Big Lou. And get at me at all of my little social media platforms. Thank you for tuning in. Peace, God bless, love, and I salute all my troops, all my veterans, retired, active duty. I salute you all. Thank you for your services. Thank you for continuing to fight the fight. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to entertain you guys and make it easy for you guys as you go through what you go through. So I salute you. Peace, at ease. And I'll see you on the next video.